You won't believe how far a 7 grand car can go. Some of these keep running past 200,000, even 300,000 miles with nothing but basic care. We did all the digging so you don't have to, because cheap doesn't always mean disposable, and yet, most bargains out there will bleed you dry in repairs. But hidden among them are a few that simply refuse to die. This is your guide to the 12 most reliable cars under $7,000, and exactly what to look for before you buy each one. Number 12, Hyundai Elantra, 2011 to 2016. The Elantra doesn't carry the badge prestige of a Toyota or Honda, but for drivers who just want something dependable and easy to keep alive, this compact sedan often over-delivers. You'll find 2012 to 2014 Elantras under $7,000 with around 150 to 200,000 miles. Plenty of life left if the oil's been changed on schedule. These cars use the 1.8-liter Gamma or 2.0-liter new engines, both timing chain designs that can go the distance when serviced regularly. The main risk lies in early production units of the Theta 2 engine, where rod bearings could fail if oil changes were skipped. The transmission itself is simple, but harsh shifting or delayed engagement is a red flag. The fix can run up to $1,500, so it pays to test drive thoroughly. You may have found one of the best cheap commuters still on the road. And because Elantras share parts with other Hyundai models, brakes, struts, and water pumps are all affordable. The only catch? Avoid high-mileage cars that burn oil or show metallic rattle at startup. A clean, unassuming Elantra can easily push 200,000 miles, making it one of the smartest low-budget choices on this list. Number 11, Ford Escape, 2008 to 2012. This compact SUV might not be glamorous, but in its simpler forms, it's a quiet survivor. The best versions use the 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired to either a manual or the early 4-speed automatic. These are straightforward drivetrains that can last well past 200,000 miles. What you want to avoid are the later 6-speed automatics, the gearboxes used in 2010 through 2012 models. They're known for slipping, delayed shifts, and torque converter failures, especially in AWD trims where the PTU, or power transfer unit, tends to leak. If the transmission shifts cleanly and the fluid smells fresh, you're likely safe. When shopping, crawl underneath and look for oily residue around the transfer case and differential. Check the suspension for worn struts and listen for whining during acceleration. Most Escapes under $7,000 will show their age, but if the drivetrain's solid, you'll get a comfortable and practical SUV with cheap parts and easy repairs. Many fleet vehicles and rural commuters still run these daily, proving that the humble Escape can handle a lot more punishment than its reputation suggests. Number 10, Mazda 3, 2006 to 2013. The Mazda 3 mixes reliability with a little driving fun. With a 2.0 or 2.3-liter engine, it's simple, efficient, and surprisingly tough. The timing chain setup lasts if oil changes are consistent, and manual transmissions here are nearly bulletproof. Where these Mazdas suffer is corrosion. The rear wheel arches, rocker panels, and even subframes rot out in salted road states. Always inspect the underbody and lift points before committing. A rust-free example from the Southwest can be a gem, but a northern one could hide structural damage. Mechanically, keep an ear open for chain rattle on cold start and make sure the air conditioning compressor engages smoothly. Replacements can cost up to $1,000. Brakes, rotors, and struts are inexpensive. Many owners report original engines lasting beyond 250,000 miles with nothing more than regular fluid service. Number 9, Toyota Prius, 2004 to 2010. The Prius may look quirky, but it's a mechanical marvel. Its hybrid system spreads the workload between the gasoline engine and the electric motors, reducing stress on both. Countless taxi fleets have proven this model's longevity. Many examples have surpassed 300,000 miles on their original engines. The catch, of course, is the hybrid battery. Replacement runs between $2,000 and $4,000 depending on source and labor. If the battery's been replaced once already, you're likely good for another decade. When shopping, check the inverter cooling system. The fans and coolant lines must be clean and working. When everything checks out, the Prius remains one of the lowest-cost long-term vehicles ever made. Routine fluid changes, tire rotations, and cooling system care will easily keep it running past 250,000 miles. Number 8, Honda Civic, 2006 to 2012. There's a reason used car lots can't keep Civics in stock. The 8th-generation Civic balanced simple design with proven mechanicals. The best years are 2009 through 2011, especially the LX and EX trims, with 1.8-liter engine and a conventional automatic. Avoid the early 2006 automatics. They were more prone to torque converter shudder and fluid contamination. Manuals are virtually indestructible if the clutch isn't abused. The R18 uses a timing chain, not a belt, so one less maintenance bill to worry about. For under $7,000, expect a clean Civic with about 180,000 miles. It'll likely need struts or control arm bushings, but parts are dirt cheap. With fluid changes every 5,000 miles and coolant every 100,000, these cars easily cross 250,000 miles without drama. As long as the oil is golden and the gearbox isn't jerky, the Civic will outlast most of its rivals and still return over 35 miles per gallon. Number 7. Toyota Corolla, 2005 to 2012. If reliability had a mascot, it would wear a Corolla badge. The 2009 to 2012 models are especially bulletproof, powered by 1.8-liter with a timing chain. Earlier 2005 to 2008 models used the 1ZZ-FE, which could suffer oil consumption if owners skipped oil changes, but not every engine did. The best part is that even the roughest Corollas often just keep running. The transmissions, both manual and automatic, rarely fail when serviced. Maintenance is easy and cheap. Brake pads are under $50, full strut assemblies about $100 each, and water pumps rarely exceed $300 installed. Most Corollas under $7,000 today show 160 to 200,000 miles, and that's nothing for these cars. Consumer Reports list them among the most likely to hit 250,000 miles, and iSeeCars ranks them in the top 10 for long-term ownership. Number 6. Toyota Camry, 2004 to 2011. The Camry's reputation isn't hype, it's earned. The 2007 to 2011 generation offered two solid engines, the 2.4-liter four-cylinder and the 3.5-liter V6. Both can run past 300,000 miles. But there are details that matter. The 2.4-liter sometimes burns oil after 120,000 miles due to ring wear. Check levels often and use high-mileage oil to slow consumption. The V6 is a powerhouse, but watch for leaks near the oil cooler line. Both use timing chains. Transmissions here are durable, though fluid changes every 60,000 miles are essential. A typical under $7,000 Camry will have around 180 to 220,000 miles, but if it drives straight and the engine sounds smooth, that mileage barely phases it. Repair costs are modest, an alternator about $400 installed, an AC compressor around $700. Before buying, test drive with the radio off. Listen for suspension clunks, make sure the idle stays steady, and verify there's no burning oil smell. A well-kept Camry still feels surprisingly tight even with age, which is why so many taxi and rideshare fleets swore by it. Number 5. Honda Accord, 2004 to 2010. This one's the sweet spot for buyers wanting a bigger car without losing Honda dependability. The 2006 to 2009 Accord with the 2.4-liter K24 engine is a star. It's chain-driven, simple, and rarely fails if fluids are fresh. Avoid early V6 models with VCM, which caused rough running and oil consumption. The four-cylinder automatic transmissions here are far better than the earlier 2000 to 2003 ones, which had failure issues. Manuals are again near indestructible. When browsing used Accords, focus on signs of neglect. Dirty transmission fluid, weak AC, and engine mounts are the common giveaways. The K24 motor can exceed 300,000 miles, and timing chain replacement isn't even scheduled unless noise appears. Brake pads are under $100 a set, rotors barely more. Make sure the transmission shifts cleanly without delay. Get a good one, and you'll own a mid-size sedan that's smoother than most new cars today. Number 4. Honda CR-V, 2006 to 2011. If you want an SUV that feels indestructible without burning through your wallet, the third-generation CR-V packs Honda's bulletproof 2.4-liter K24 engine paired with a conventional 5-speed automatic. Both are timing chain designs, and both will last decades if serviced properly. Owners often reach 300,000 miles with nothing major replaced beyond wear items. When shopping, check that the AC blows cold, the AWD engages smoothly, and there's no whining from the rear end. Also, inspect the subframe for rust in northern states. Under $7,000, you'll likely find one with 200,000 miles, but that's barely middle age for this SUV. Keep the fluids fresh, the valves adjusted every 100,000, and this thing will outlast some newer crossovers twice the price. Number 3. Toyota Matrix, 2004 to 2010. Think of the Matrix as the Corolla's practical twin. Same bones, same reliability, but with a hatchback twist. Most use the same 1.8-liter engine, and just like the Corolla, it's chain-driven and nearly unkillable. The Matrix thrives because it's simple. Basic suspension, basic electronics, and huge parts interchangeability with the Corolla mean everything is cheap to fix. Coil packs and rear wheel bearings are common wear points. Budget a few hundred to refresh them. Otherwise, you're looking at a car that can easily top 250,000 miles. If you test drive one, check that the liftgate struts still hold, listen for rattles in the rear suspension, and inspect for rust around the subframe mounts. These cars often came from first owners who just drove and changed oil on schedule, exactly the kind you want to find. For a commuter or small family car, few under $7,000 are a safer bet. Number 2, Ford Crown Victoria, 2004 to 2011. This is the car that defines American durability. Police fleets, taxis, and limousines all depended on the Crown Vic's 4.6-liter V8 and rear-wheel drive setup. That engine, part of Ford's modular family, routinely exceeds 300,000 miles with nothing more than fluid changes and the occasional coil pack. What to watch out for are the intake manifolds on 2004 to 2005 cars. They can crack around the thermostat housing. Ford updated the design in later years. A Crown Vic under $7,000 typically shows 150 to 220,000 miles. But don't let that scare you. This platform was built for hard service. Parts are dirt cheap, insurance is low, and mechanics love working on them. Look for even tire wear, no driveline vibration, and smooth idle. If it passes those, it's a rolling tank. Number 1, Subaru Forester, 2005 to 2011. The Subaru Forester is one of those cars that just won't quit. It's an honest, all-weather workhorse that families and commuters have trusted for years. With its symmetrical all-wheel drive and 2.5-liter engine, it shrugs off snow, dirt roads, and daily miles like few vehicles can. Owners who keep up with basic maintenance routinely see these cross 250,000 miles, some even beyond 300,000, while still running smooth. The drivetrain is simple, proven, and built to take abuse without complaint. Even at 200,000, a well-kept Forester still feels planted and dependable. Parts and upkeep are refreshingly affordable. Brakes, struts, and alternators cost far less than most SUVs, and insurance stays low because it's technically a wagon. Under $7,000, you can find plenty of clean examples that just need a set of tires and fresh fluids to keep going for years. If you want a practical, comfortable, and unpretentious ride that handles bad weather and big mileage without breaking a sweat, the Subaru Forester earns its spot at number 1, the quiet survivor that keeps doing its job long after others have quit. If this video helped you make a smarter car choice, then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Every week, I break down the real reliability winners and expose the costly mistakes dealerships won't tell you about. Don't waste money on the wrong car. Join us here, and we'll keep guiding you toward the vehicles that actually last.